chat right now. We got
different. So there's a lot of sound, there's a lot of noise.
Why is everybody in slow motion?
Without further ado, let's bring on Chris. Further ado. So without further ado, let's bring on Lori. Happy Friday, everybody.
Welcome.
We're back.
It's another
again.
week.
It's November 22nd. Christmas is like a month away.
It is.
And that means Christmas shopping. And next week, probably part of this week, is Black Friday. So for our, of course, favorite fans and customers, you guys will get the heads up. We're not going to be really advertising it too much. But if you want to pick something up in time for Christmas, please do it next Friday on Black Friday. Yeah. You can stack the influencer codes too if you found us through one of our friends. Go ahead and do that.
That's right. There will be some good deals, especially on these bad boys right here, the Bud Pots. We're going to be coming out with a slightly new version of them next year. So we're doing a clearance event that's going to start soon. Only you guys are hearing about it here now. So wait until Black Friday, Cyber Monday, that whole weekend that we're going to be doing a good clearance on them. First time the BudTrainer actually does a sale. We never
on
did
Black
a sale.
Friday. We do 420.
We do 420. That's right. Yeah, only 420, but we never done any other sales apart from that. So good opportunity to snag some gear there.
Richard Chappelle says he needs some Bud cups. So great time to buy those. And then, do you want to tell them about the 10-pack Bud Pots? Too?
Yes. So with the Bud Pots too, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be selling them in 10 packs versus just 4 packs. So they're going to come at an even better price. So if you're looking to get 10 Bud Pots of any size, you're going to be able to get them on our website for a short period of time. And those are the ones that we typically send to retailers. However, we're doing the clearance on all sizes to make room for the new versions coming up in 2025. And with that, we're going to be making them available to everyone as well.
Barbed Wire's in the house. Her Buffalo Bills are crushing it. Absolutely. They knocked off the undefeated Kansas City Chiefs. So I have not been watching much football, but I can't imagine she's not thrilled with how things have been going.
Probably enjoying some of that bud she grew. Back here.
Well, between the football, the trimming, and maybe consuming some of that bud, she wasn't able to get a seed germinated. So I think she's having a good time.
I know,
maybe she'll let us know. 9-2, she says. So that's a good record for the Bills. Voting opened up for the GGC today, guys. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because it's a bit of a bummer, but we had a disqualification already. We've made it very clear on this show, and the GGC's made it very clear throughout the rules that soliciting votes is not allowed. So we're down to 9 finalists. You can vote on that already. We sent out an email. The GGC posted about it, so you can find the link to voting. Actually, we could probably put it up on the screen.
Just go to globalgrowcup.com. You can find a button that will take you right to the voting form right here that Kurt opened up. And what was the bit.ly that you created, Kurt?
bit.ly slash GGC voting.
So if you
BIT, actually I'll put it up.
And it's case sensitive, so type with the casing so that if you guys haven't voted for the top 10 plants yet, guys, go ahead. We're looking, now top 9. We're looking for you to rank them from 1 to 10. We're not going to be removing them right away, so you'll still see 10 there, but one of them is going to disappear. So you can put your rankings accordingly. It's actually pretty fun. You're going to see the 10 best plants from the Global Grow Cup, and you're going to get to rank them from 1 to 10 so that we can then give the winner, the one who got the most points, the extra 10 points for the qualifications. So
so
go
just
on ahead if you haven't yet.
A little bit of information. If you're a competitor or not, you can still vote if you're a competitor. We just want to make sure you're only doing it once. And after you hit next on that page, it'll take you to the voting. So
yeah, that's right. And it is only one submission per person. We're doing it by email, so you can really use 2. If we see the same names as well, those duplicates won't count. So with that said, we're trying to run a clean competition here, guys. Just go ahead. Follow the instructions there on the list. Make sure that you're not repeating the places for the finalists either. Like if you're not giving 2 of the same plants the 3rd place, for example, right? So that's not going to count. So everybody has to have a different rank from 1 to 10.
Which makes it easy because then you can always be like, okay, this is my number 1. Keep going. Compare it to the one that you think might beat it,
right? And
then rank them comparatively because I mean they're freaking awesome plants.
Yeah.
They all turned out really well.
Did, yeah.
You know, there's a big gap between the 37th place ranking and the number 1. But the top 10, like it's fairly tight.
Yeah,
guys,
I mean, like, you know, props to everybody who finished the competition, you know, because out of 187 people who started, only 37 finished. So even the tiny little plants that finished the competition, like this size,
impressive.
Hey, you guys did it. You guys did it. You deserve the props.
And I imagine a lot of those people were first time growers of a 16-ounce cup.
That's
so
right.
like I think I did pretty well on mine, but I had also done the Snoop bottle grow before that.
Yeah.
So I kind of learned a little bit about how to do it from that. And I'm excited to do it again with the SOG. Like that'll technically be 16
That's right, yeah.
GGC plants.
Yeah, you're going to grow
much.
16 of those. That's right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so should be a little bit easier because it'll be in my main room. And I won't,
plus, and you're not going to have to veg them for so long,
yeah.
right? So the roots are probably going to do better there for sure.
Yeah,
they'll be fun.
And 420 Things is going to be doing it with me. So we're still kind of working out the details on what we're going to do between me and Mike, but we can chat about that in Vegas when we meet up.
And if you guys are going to Vegas, anybody, if you're watching this video now or later, and you're at MJ BizCon December 3rd to December 6th in Las Vegas this year, come look for the yellow shirts or the gray shirts with BudTrainer. We're going to be walking around. I mean, it is a big event, not so easy to find people there, but we're going to be there for all of the days. And on December 6th, which is the last day, the Friday, we're going to be doing the announcement of the final, like the winners of the Global Grow Cup based on all of the voting and everything. And that's going to be done at 12 p.m. Pacific time, which is 3 p.m. this time here, EST. And you guys can tune in. If you're there, we're going to be at the Pro Mix booth, which is one of the organizers along with BudTrainer of the Global Grow Cup. And we're going to be going live here. We're going to be going live on all the platforms, just like this. So tune in to make sure you check out
and all the GGC influencers will be there.
They will all be there. That's right.
So
so the partner brands, the influencers, everybody's going to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
December 6th at 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time.
You might find me at a poker table. Who knows?
That's right. It's going to be gambling his life over there.
Maybe. No, or changing my life for the better because of a sick run, you know?
Come back with pockets full of cash.
Yeah. You know what? I always thought, like, consuming cannabis and Texas Hold'em tournaments were a good match because some of them can take hours or even days. If you're like a professional, you could be playing like a 3-4 day event.
Right.
And they're like 8 to 12 hour days of playing cards. So cannabis might keep you focused. It might be a performance enhancing drug for that.
If you get the right strain and you do it.
Yeah, you don't get too fucking high and stop paying attention to what all the other players are doing.
Depending on how many milligrams is in your edible when it kicks in.
Yeah, exactly. So it's exciting. Vegas also is legalized, so we'll be able to buy from the dispensaries down there. And
I wonder how the weed in Nevada is going to be. So
the only weird thing is like the rules permit that it's legal, but you can't consume in public. So if you're in a hotel room with no balcony or anything,
we're gonna have to buy some smoke buddies. We got to take some smoke buddies and just.
Well, we would never condone vandalizing a hotel room with smoke, but
that's right. No, exactly.
Anyways, that's why we got an Airbnb. So
there you
go. So guys, we also have the second half of the show, which is where we bring on growers to show off their grow. We love having new growers do that. We love seeing friends who've come on before. So I've already put the link into the chat. It should be in the description on all of our platforms as well.
So yeah, guys, come in and show us your plants. Just click that link or copy that link over. You're going to share the screen here with us as if we were in a video call. Everybody loves to see everybody else's plants.
If you're watching on your TV, you can scan the QR code.
That's right. There we go. So if you're watching your
so
screen,
good on a phone, but
exactly, and that's super easy for you to join us and then like just show us your plants. Sometimes people will come on to show us problems that they're having with their plants, and we'll help them diagnose the solution. Sometimes people just come to show off their beautiful plants, and we love to see that as well. And sometimes people will come every 2 weeks to show us the progress. So if you haven't yet come on to the show, we'd love to see you. We're going to be doing this in about 15 minutes or so, 10, 15 minutes. So you can already click the link. We already have someone in the back here, and we'll be looking forward to having all of you guys before we get started on sharing the screen here.
Yeah. So you haven't been seeing a check-in with my grow room lately? Yeah, we got 2 behind. So we will get you guys soon. Just sit back and relax for the next 15 minutes or so. But yeah, my grow room is completely chopped and dried for the most part. Out of 7 plants, 6 have been trimmed and weighed and are curing right now. And I have the biggest plant of all, my White Widow from Seedsman, just wrapping up drying. Probably going to trim it this weekend.
How many ounces do you think you're going to get out of that one based on the others?
If the White Widow is at least as big as the biggest plant, so that's a conservative estimate based on the size, I'm going to have 27 ounces
in total.
Wow. Between the 7 plants.
Wow.
So the
24 ounces is a pound and a half.
Yeah.
You're going to have a pound and a half plus 3. Yeah.
Plus all the trim.
Plus all the
which
trim.
we're going to make some hash out of. So that's why you haven't been seeing my room lately, because it's a mess and I haven't cleaned it up. And, just like H used to hang his plants that he looks like he got rid of.
I trimmed my last one.
Good for you. We'll get into that after, I guess.
Let me show you how proud I am of my trimming.
My point, just to wrap up there, was you don't have to be perfect, guys. You don't have to be perfect. So, yeah. We tried some of H's stuff before we went live, and that's why I might get a little rambly up in here. So,
well, that's the purple punch. Reminds me a lot of the Bubba cheesecake, actually. The purple punch.
Gotcha. Okay, let's do a check-in with H's plants right now.
Yeah.
Because he's got...
I don't have a lot going on as I did maybe a month ago, but we're going to be starting a new seed today right after this, or maybe we'll start it during the show.
Well, and we've got your grow along with the topping. We didn't even mention that in our long-winded intro.
Yeah, we're going to be doing that as well. Yeah, right after this video. All right, guys, quick tent check-in. Nothing on my 2x2 here right now. However, we have this AK Do-si-do, Alaskan Do-si-dos here that is, I would say, maybe 3 weeks away, 4 weeks away. It's definitely a strain that takes a little longer into flower. As you can see, there's some very large foxtails. Some people like them, some people don't. I'm particularly not the biggest fan of them. I like, big, dense buds. However, what these buds are doing now is that they're thickening up right from the middle. So these little foxtails, they might end up being just at the very outer surface of what will be some really big buds. What this plant here reminds me of is a different strain that I grew in the past. Remember that strain, Kurt, that we grew inside of the 2x2 tent that hit the light? That was
that was a while ago. I don't remember that.
That was a while ago. But anyways, they had the same sort of terpenes, which are very mango-like, which is the myrcene. The whole tent is smelling really good right now. It was peyote Skittles. This is growing very close to peyote Skittles. It reminds me a lot of that plant, the smell and the shape as well. But great structure, great buds. I'm going to get a really good yield out of this. Looking forward to it in about 3 weeks or so. Now we're just starting to dial in that PK into the nutrients, making her ready to put on those final trichomes and the final weight. And then in here, we have Kurt's mother plant at the very back over there. Kurt just did some topping today on his plant, 4 toppings, so that he gets now 20 growth sites coming out of that. He needs to choose 16 to do his Sea of Green. And what we have here is our Grow Along plant, our Grow Along Bubba Cheesecake that we're going to be topping just after this video here. It's actually past the point of topping, as we can see here. Look at how big this plant turned out, like how thick it is. Just 2 weeks ago, before we transplanted it, it was less than half the size that it is now. So great growth on them. Let's go back in there and top her.
Cool.
Alrighty, here we are, and there she is. We have here our Bubba cheesecake. It's been growing for just 4 weeks. It's got a really good stalk structure to it. We transplanted it after week 3 of the growth cycle, or after we actually planted the seed, not even from germination. So week 3 was a transplant. Now we're on week 4, and typically by week 4 we have 5 nodes up. But now we have 6 nodes already, with a 7th one forming here. So you could say 1 node past the point. However, it's not all bad news. The only difference here is that from the BudTrainer method, when we typically top it above the 5th node and remove the 1st node, leaving from nodes 2, 3, 4, and 5, that's 8 total branches you get. What we're going to do here when you have more than 5 already is we're going to top. Again, you don't want to remove too much leaf material or too much plant material when you top. Some people will top their plants right in the middle of the stem, and then they cut a really thick part of the stem, and that's very, very stressful for the plant. It takes a while for the plant to recover. So what we're going to do here is remove the top maximum 1 inch of the plant, which is really just above these top 2 little nodes here. It's hard to see from the camera that far, but what we have here are 2 small nodes and a top that is not even half an inch tall. So I'm going to cut this top here. Now I can show it to you so that you see how much we're removing here. So it's really just, in terms of like the height of the plant, it's just 1 inch. It's a tiny little bit. I couldn't have taken the top above that, because then it would be too small and I would be cutting into the small little offshoots, right? So this was the smallest top I could take, which is not super stressful for the plant. However, I am now left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nodes. If I leave all these 6 nodes here, I'm going to get 12 branches in total, some of which are going to be very small, especially toward the bottom here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and remove the 1st node, which has a tiny little leaf here and the smallest little growth site. I'm going to do the same thing with the other shoot on the other side, which has a slightly larger offshoot, but still very small in the leaf. So we remove those. Now this is where we typically stop with a BudTrainer method when we're topping above the 5th node, but we still have 5 nodes left and 10 branches. So what we're going to do is, instead of topping it more on or removing more from the top, we're going to remove more from the bottom, because the top branches are always going to be stronger. They have more hormones for growth. So I'm going to come here and remove the 2nd node as well, which has the triple fin leaves and a slightly bigger offshoot. Still small. It's very shaded, as you can see at the bottom here. So it's actually not a bad thing that we're removing the 2nd node. So now there we go. The 3 leaflet leaf and the small little offshoot. So now we're topping here, guys. It's pretty much done. It is the quickest part of the process. It takes no time. All you're doing is cutting a small part of the plant. And what we were left with now is 4 nodes with 8 branches in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the beautiful thing about the splint here I can see already is that all of these branches are equal to their pairs. If you get branches where one pair is much smaller than its opposite, that means that the larger one is always going to grow much stronger. The opposite is going to stay dwarfed. So you have to go and remove that small one. However, we got lucky here because we didn't have to remove any of them. They all have the same size. In fact, when you have extra nodes and you end up having a dwarf, you might as well leave a few extra nodes so that you can go and remove the dwarfs from those, so that you have in total 8 branches to grow out like we do here. Now this splint is going to stop growing in height. It's going to grow on its sides, and then we're going to tie these branches to the bud box and using the bud clips before that to get them in shape. So we will bring the splint back next week, at which point hopefully we're going to be able to train it with the bud clips at the top here. That's it for today's grow along. And if you guys are doing the grow along with us, we would love to see your plant here as well by following the link and doing this with us. Let's check.
What'd you do?
The little hose from the automatic watering dripped all over here while I was doing this.
Well, that's okay. We have gotten to the show your grow section a little bit early, but I'm okay with that because we have our friend Mike from 420 Things Grow, and we have Green Year 420 after him. So I actually saw a third person jump in the back, but they left. So if you're still around, please do come back in. Again, that link's already in the chat, should be in the description of these videos. Mike's hustling over to his tent. I think we caught him off guard with how quick your portion was. You didn't even ramble, man.
Well, I know. I tried to, but topping, there's not much to ramble on about, you know?
Yeah, it's too bad.
I do love topping. It's like one of those small things that have such a large impact.
Yes, it feels
growth.
very significant. It feels like you're changing the whole future of the plant.
Oh, exactly. And like defoliation takes a long time, a lot of effort, and it makes, a big difference. But if I had to choose between I can only defoliate or I can only top, I would probably choose to only top. It is one of those very crucial moments that you realize that hurting the plant actually ends up doing it a favor in the long run. So many people feel like it's so bad about topping and they hold off for so long. But
yeah, I mean, if you do it like we do, where you're not really taking off too much of the plant,
exactly.
It'll bounce back within a couple days. Like you said, next week we could be adding bud clips to those top two shoots that literally look pretty much like nothing right now.
Exactly. So, yeah, it hurts me when I see people top a plant with like 3 nodes.
Yeah.
Unless you're cloning that, it's understandable, right? Because then you're cloning, but just to remove that much off a plant is.
When you have guests over and you got to tidy your house real quick, I think Mike's doing that with his tent right now. Should we bring him on?
Bring Green Year 420?
I don't know. Mike, are you ready? Give me a thumbs up. He wants to show it. So
okay,
we'll bring him on.
Let's go.
It's not always the glorious forest of buds in here. Sometimes you got to get in here and you got to get dirty and you got to get ready
Looks
for the
like
next
the
run.
Bellagio right there right now with all the fountains and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, baby. So I harvested last week, and this is what that tent.
Woo, those
produced.
are like plush toys.
Yeah, and these are
Pillows.
like the extra large ones. Like these are not like your regular bag, right? Like it's.
Wow.
That's the one. I don't know if you've seen that video of the guy with the Costco pizza, and he folds it into 4 and he puts it in one of those. But I feel like that's the size.
Right.
Yeah.
On. So that's all dried up already?
No, this is fresh frozen. So I just pulled it out of the freezer to show you guys how much actually came off of that. Like it's. I'm just gonna put this down here. Give me a second. Like you know what I mean? It's still.
Wow.
And it's all just been ripped off the plant, right? So there's no sticks and there's no.
Did you use one of those like things that you just like pull the branch through and it just?
Yeah, it's called Larry and Reggie.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, left and the right hand. I go through a fair bit of gloves. I just pull it and just hold it and right into the container and then right into the freezer, baby. So yeah.
Well, that's cool. That's nice.
That's a lot of bud over there. When are you gonna process it?
So probably after Las Vegas. I'm just timing everything here and getting this ready. And you know what? This was so much work. The scrog, while it was a lot of work during the grow, the cleanup was decent. This was a lot more work. It took me a lot longer to process the whole tent. And so these are different cultivars. The scrog I got 11.4 and this I got 11.1. So, I mean, it's completely different.
Wow. That's really cool.
Yeah, so completely different plants, but in theory with the setting 6 of the 1,000-watt light, it gives me about 11 pounds of wet bud.
Wow. So would you say, if you had to pick between SOG and Scrog for you personally, which would you pick?
So I'm going to pick what I'm going to do next. So I know you guys heard you talking about it earlier. So this was 3-gallon pots and there was 2 per each 12-gallon or 3-gallon pot. So I have 24 total drippers in here. Yeah. And what I want to do is I'm going to do 24 clones in here, each with a dripper, each in a 16-ounce cup, I'm going to put clones in there. And I'm going to see if it's less work, same amount of weight, easier to clean, and sort of compare that. So this
Gotcha.
12 was way too much because it was crazy and it was whatever. This next clone I'm putting in is a shorter, stockier plant, and I think I'll be able to do 24 in here, flood it with cocoa with these drippers, and veg it once, take it from like in one of the plugs, put it into the cocoa, 2 days max, nothing more than 2 days of veg, and then flip to flower and grow baseball bats, 24 baseball bats.
24, man, that's gonna be a lot. So are you gonna top them too or no?
No, just gonna let them grow one single. I've done 36 before in Rockville.
Wow,
in a
36.
4x4.
Wow, no way. The 4x4. That's nuts.
That's a lot of
Yeah,
plants.
that's
one day, and that was in a Rockville cube, out of the cloner, into the Rockville, one day, flip the flower the next day, and like I said, 18 to 20-inch baseball bats.
Very cool. So with this veg time for the scrog versus the sog, you completed your seed to harvest or clone to harvest faster with the sog then.
Yeah, right? I do think so. I only did that with the 5 gallon, man. It exploded because it had so much more roots, so much more whatever. It grew really nice. And like I said, they're different, completely different plants, so it's kind of hard to compare. But I'm going. This is the one that helps my back. So this is the one I'm going to run more and more. So 11.1 with 12 pots and 2 gallons. I'm definitely going to either go the 16-ounce cup again or whatever the next run.
Yeah. Well, I think with the drippers that you have and with your automatic irrigation, with the drippers, like with the runoff system, the cups will be super fine. Like, how many ounces did you get out of your Global Grow Cup, Linton?
3.5.
3.5 ounces out of one. And like, if you get 1 ounce or 2 ounces out of each plant in that setup with 24, that would be even way too much.
No, you're looking like half an ounce per plant to hit 12 ounces a week.
Yeah.
So all you need is half an ounce per plant, right? Yeah.
And listen, when we did the 36, and it was, like I said, it was a flood table. It was Rockville. We flooded it. They were big, like, you know what I mean? Really big ones. Now, I never really weighed it and compared it to a run. That's all we ever did in that table. So this one, I like to be able to switch it up and change it and try something new. And this, when me and my wife we didn't make the Global Grow Cup. We didn't finalize. I get it, but doing that in that 16-ounce cup, it's like, you know what? There's a lot less runoff. There's a lot less whatever. So I like cocoa, and I didn't do bad in that solo cup or that Bud Cup in the 16-ounce. So we got some. Get your Bud Cups. I'm gonna do it.
That's it.
No, we got them on the way. So yeah, that's awesome. We got 2 more people in the queue as well, Mike. So I'm going to let you go for now.
Thanks
we'll get some gaming in this weekend. My Leafs are kicking butt, even though they're down a couple key members of the team. So it should be a good weekend.
All right, Mike. Have a good weekend, my friend.
Yeah. Oh, didn't let him talk because I knew he was going to trip my Leafs. So I kicked him right out. Green Year 420's up, then Chappie, then Homegrown Meds to finish it off. And that's a good packed show. We got Green Year. If you want to just give me a thumbs up or some movement, I will bring you on next.
All right.
Cool. Alrighty, welcome.
Hello, friend.
How you guys doing? Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday. Looking good. What do we got going on behind you?
So right there in the corner, we got the orange cream pup from Humboldt, and then everything else is my crosses from what I've been playing with. Besides that, and I've been able to watch you guys grow, and it's just been interesting to just watching the journey. It's been pretty cool. So, but like, I'm definitely.
We appreciate you tuning in. That's awesome.
Yeah, bro. I saw that you guys have your clips and all these things. That's probably some of the things that I'll be trying, hopefully, for next year.
How long have you been growing?
2013 March, so a year.
Right on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, the plants are looking. Buds are looking good. You see
these ones there, Yeah, I didn't want to do too much training besides just putting the little clips here and there just to bend them up. I wanted to see how they were gonna look originally from the first time around, since they're the F1s. So we're just trying to get them going.
Have you got a name for them yet?
Yeah, I have a couple of things going on. Just we'll keep it on the down low for right now.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, before the I don't want to spoil your launch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Well, hopefully I'll get to see you guys in Vegas, and I'll bring some of the beans over. Have you guys run them if you guys are interested.
Heck yeah. Are you located in Vegas? Sorry, I missed that.
No,
Or are
I'm
you
in,
just going for the show?
yeah, I'm going for the convention and to
Very
meet
cool.
a lot of the gromies, like 420 things. That it was pretty awesome. Always love seeing him and his grows.
Yeah, this is going to be our first time at MJ BizCon. So I heard some stories from Northern Scrogger and Mike from last year.
Hell yeah.
And so I'm excited. But, it's like I'm hoping it's cool for the home growers too. Like I know a lot of those booths and companies get into pretty intricate things and commercial setups and all that. So.
Well, I remember as a home grower, I loved watching videos of the big licensed producers producing, like very large amounts of cannabis, and like it's cool to see the big machines that process things and so on. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a cannabis museum, but not a museum in the sense that you're seeing old stuff. It's a museum like you're seeing all of this stuff that's producing the mass cannabis. You're like, man, I'm just growing my plants at home and like look at all of these things, So
yeah, it's like a cannabis toy store for all the either commercial or home growers and stuff. They have a little bit of everything for everybody, which is definitely awesome. Hopefully they start doing more things like that everywhere. I feel like it'll get people more united for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. These events, that's the best part about them. It's just everybody goes outside and it's just a big cloud of smoke. And
it's weird seeing people that you feel so familiar with because you interact with them on socials all the time. But seeing them in person is always just like, it's trippy almost,
Definitely.
But,
Well, and you go to these events and like we dress up like this, but you see all these executives in suits like smoking joints too with everybody. It's just so
that's
different.
What's awesome about it, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it tripped me out when I first saw a business guy like that. It was actually our lawyer back in the time when we were working at the dispensary. And, like he would just he would only smoke until after 5, but when he'd smoke, he didn't bother taking off his suit. He just go crack it, take off his shoes, pack a bong, and just start ripping it. I was like, damn.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. You gotta have rules sometimes. I mean, if you're a lawyer, I guess the liability, you can't represent somebody when you're baked, but that's what I do on afterwards. So, hey, that might actually be a good strategy for a defense lawyer. If you're just constantly baked, and then one of your clients goes to jail, you can be like, you know what, Judge, I was baked that whole time. You got to run that trial back. Like, I did not represent him properly. But anyways, thanks for coming on, man. And hopefully we'll run into you in Vegas. DM us on Instagram. I think it's probably what we'll check the most. And
we'll appreciate you guys having me on.
All right. Have a good one, my friend. Have a good one.
Yeah. All right. We got Chappie up next. I see a screen shake, so he's ready to go.
All right. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going well. Are those Timmy's cups I'm seeing?
Well.
Oh, no, they're just that color.
They're just color. I planted these the same day that 4 weeks ago with you.
Oh, right on.
So and I overwatered them and I stuck them for about a week.
Okay.
So I threw 2 more seeds in the cups below.
Okay.
But then they popped out, so I went ahead and started my training today.
Right on. Let's have a look at them. What strains are you growing there?
Dream Queen from Humboldt.
Right on. What kind of strain is that? I'm not familiar. Is it?
It's a sativa.
Sativa, okay. Sativa dominant.
Yeah, sativa dominant.
Right on.
60-40, and it's supposed to. I'm going to scrog this with Northern Scrogger.
Nice,
so,
nice.
So I'm just waiting for my tent to free up. This is my first
Ooh, look at
grow.
that.
Oh, you get the bud pots going too. Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, this is my first
Yeah,
ever
right
grow.
on.
I've been in the military and corrections officer for 25 years.
Wow.
Missouri, it's legal to grow, so I'm retired, so why not?
Right. Well, of course. Yeah. No, that's awesome. And those look like they're close. The one in the middle there looks like it's real close.
They're supposed to be, these are Alaskan banana berry that I won on Scrog School from Seedsman.
Okay.
So these were supposed to be 8 weeks from seed to harvest, and I'm at like week 9.5. So,
Right on.
so it's anytime. They went from white. I'm learning, so it's my first one. So they went from white to cream color. I'm starting to see a couple amber in the one over here on the left. And I figured if I start seeing amber 2 out of the 3 plants, I'm going to give it some, because I want to get these in there to start scrogging.
Gotcha. Yeah, the tricho mix, like there's definitely some variance for preference there, but we always look for 10% amber and 90% clear, and try not to do, or it's not clear, cloudy, and no clear. But I mean, some people say that if you wait too long with too much amber, you get the couch lock. So
I actually like mine even less than 10%. If I start seeing like 2% amber, I go and I harvest, because the thing is the clear trichomes, it's not like they're empty. They're CBG there. And CBG, it's kind of like a CBD in a lot of ways, where it makes you more relaxed. It doesn't like, it has psychoactive effects. But then you get, that CBG, that THC, but it doesn't have that much CBN, which is your amber there that gets really couch locked. You know what I mean? However, some people, if that's what you're going for, if it's the couch lock, then you might as well wait for 50% amber,
Right. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't like being in the couch. I like to stay up and moving. So,
yeah. Well, you're like me.
50. Yeah. So.
No, good stuff. Yeah, thanks for showing us those plans. I look forward to. Please come show us those as you're doing with the grow along. That would be awesome to see the progress, especially with the scrog. I'm not gonna be scrogging mine, so I'd love to see one that gets scrogged, side by side, starting at the same time. That'll be awesome.
Right. So sounds good. I'm going to build my scrog frame this Sunday while I'm watching the Chiefs win. So
we got a Bills fan and a Chiefs fan in the house.
So we got our ass handed to us one game.
Yeah.
That's all.
I think you guys have had enough success recently. You should be a pretty happy fan still, and obviously still have a great chance to finish this year out. Just no undefeated season.
If Mahomes is on the field, we have a chance.
Yeah. So. And if nothing looks open, something might look open to him. So he'll figure it out. Behind the back, underhand, whatever it takes. So
right.
He's quite the athlete.
All righty.
Have a great weekend, man. Thanks for coming on.
Have a good one, Chappie. Thanks for sharing with us.
Cool. So we had a fourth, but the phone was dying on them. So that's the end of our Gromies who are in the background. I'm going to pop this link on just in case somebody wants to come on. But it's never a bad thing to start the weekend a bit early. So why don't we gear up for the giveaway? $25 gift card. If you want to maximize its use, maybe wait 1 week until Black Friday.
That's right. Yeah,
if you're super eager and you need
now
we have
a lot more. Sorry, we have a lot more people now online. So for those of you who weren't here in the beginning, as I cut Kurt off, what he was saying was that we have a deal going on next week for Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend. It's the first time that we're doing a Black Friday, Cyber Monday with our products. We often only have one sale in the whole year, which is $4.20, and we will be having Bud pots available not just in the 4-packs, but also the 10-packs, which will be selling for a great price. Both of them at a discount, and everything else is going to be going at a discount as well. So if you guys are here watching and you are planning on getting some BudTrainer gear, you can just wait until the weekend for Black Friday. And we're going to do hashtag Bud Friday for the giveaway today.
What do you think of that, guys? Hashtag Bud Friday,
Yeah.
because it's cooler than Black Friday.
Yeah, that's right.
Because it says Bud in it, and that's our thing. We have commandeered the word Bud from the cannabis community.
Bud Friday.
Yeah.
Bud Friday, Sativa Monday.
Sativa Monday. Yeah, Bud Friday, Dabs Monday, because it's the start of the work week.
It's because it's Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So Bud Friday, Sativa Monday.
Yeah, but Bud can be sativas or indicas.
Well, it just has to sound like cyber sativa. It's kind of like Bud and Black Friday.
Sesh Monday.
Yeah. Bud Friday, Sesh Monday.
Oh my
We're
goodness.
overthinking
It's
it now.
getting rambly. 24 entries out of 52 people watching. If you're on X, I think you might have to go to YouTube or Facebook to get in on this.
That's right. Just
thanks
go
for
on,
tuning in, though. We got
search.
10 people on X.
Yeah,
That's
guys.
a record for X.
Yeah.
And we love X because they're cannabis friendly.
That's right.
And we can post whatever we want there. We're not getting messages
Shadow
saying that
banned
our
or
accounts
anything
are
like
down.
that. Yeah.
So hashtag Bud Friday
on YouTube or Facebook. Again, guys, you can just hop onto YouTube, search BudTrainer real quick. You're going to see that we have the little live icon. You click that. Hashtag Bud Friday.
You can get a 10-pack of Bud Pots for the first time ever.
That's right. Yeah. We're going to
at a great price.
It's time to stack up on those, especially for next year. If you guys are planning on growing lots of plants next year, it could be a good time to get some good products now.
I wish we had some like pump up music we could play right now, we could play around with it right now. There is some weird background music options. Let's try dance pop. It's very quiet.
Can you hear? Oh yeah,
I can hear it, but
I
it's
thought
very
the
quiet.
song was just not coming through.
No, it's like one of those slow trance beats.
Right, yeah, it sounds like a song when we're going to break.
Yeah. Anyways, come on, guys. 31 people. Let's lock it in at 32. We just need one more person. Put hashtag Bud Friday, and we will rip this straw. Instagram people, head on over to Facebook. Head on over to YouTube and type in hashtag Bud Friday.
There we go. Now we got
There we go.
more.
We got
And
33. So
time
I lied. You guys did it too quick together. Dustin, a past winner, a
Dustin
guy who
Triggers.
should probably buy a ticket to MJ BizCon and play the slots or something, because this guy, one lucky man. So congratulations to Dustin.
$25
gift card. I probably have your email somewhere because you won before, but if you don't mind just sending us that email reminder to hello@budtrainer.com. Remember, guys, if you have questions over the weekend and you're not sure what to do, you can email hello@budtrainer.com, especially if it's about one of our 7 steps in the Bud Trainer method. Buddy will be able to point you to the exact lesson and give you whatever snippet of information might be relevant to you. We're going to also work on more solutions for anything that could go wrong. But for now, if you don't get a response, we will get back to you Monday. It just means Buddy didn't have the information needed to help you out. Anything else you want to say before we wrap up? Go vote, guys. I know the big vote for our friends in the States was a few weeks ago, but if you're not sick of voting, head over to bit.ly/GGC voting.
That's right.
Order the 10 plants there from 1 to 10, and we'll figure out a winner and announce them at MJ BizCon. But H, I'll let you have the last word here, man.
Well, guys, I hope you have a great weekend. Happy growing, and we'll see you next Friday.